Stable chat today from Charlton. I've been doing a few things here, but I'm catching up with Charlton President Joe Thompson. Hello again, Joe.
Yeah. Look, thanks for welcoming me in for the, second, third, fourth time? How many times this?
It's a pity that Andrea's not actually here for this one. We had a complete false start. Someone may have forgot to hit the record button on the initial one. I've been here today catching up with some Sable chats around the guys and also doing an interview with the Sandersons, the achievements they've been able to achieve with their kids. That'll be aired on Sunday coming, Naomi and Shane, and I encourage people to have a bit of a watch about it because I think it's a great job what they've been able to do, uprooting, I suppose, and coming here to this Charlton community.
Yeah, most definitely, Paul. They've they come from Western Sydney to here. We encouraged them to come. It was actually through when Ryan had a really horrific fall here and ended up in the Alfred Hospital. And through that, I got to know Shane over the phone. He's thinking about relocating. I said, well, the only spot that comes here. And he come and had a couple of looks, and he did. And they've fully embraced being here. The kids, or they're not kids, they're young adults, have done really well, become part of the community. Abby's done what she's in VCE this year. She's plays netball. She's also coached the under-17s, I think, and because she likes being in charge, I'll just put that in. And they've done really well. And they're great ambassadors for us as both as a town and the club. We're wrapped. Actually,
when she drove the double, when the kids won 5 races for the day, which was half what spurred me onto this interview, it was one of the things she said. I said about, we'd be partying. No, I got to play netball the next day. She didn't say about coaching as well. So that's a great commitment from them to buy into the community. I would imagine from you guys' point of view.
Oh, most definitely, and that's part of being in the small community. Bit like the Markhams, which I know you've interviewed today as well. Ash come across with Tamara and 4 kids, and both AJ and Chase are both playing footy here, and they've both got a job in the town, and they've embraced being in the town, being in the community.
You won't be short of rucks, I wouldn't imagine, for a little while.
No, shouldn't be, should be. They're good tall boys.
And strong fellas carry a bag of wheat, no worries on their shoulders. Denby and Mick, they're probably not having a great run at the minute, but they love it here with the interview, which is terrific. And Greg Norman, he offers so much to the community down there. It must be a lot of fun down and around that area from time to time.
Oh, yeah, and there's a bit of stirring goes on too. Yeah, there's a bit of one-upmanship. But no, look, they all appear to get on very well, which makes going to work, because this can be a tough caper, as we all know, but you want to go to work and enjoy where your environment is and get the fun out of that and get the fun out of your fellow trainers' wins or successes, which I think they do. They fully embrace it, and so does the town for them.
Did you have a footy tipping contest down there? Because you got a little bit of everything.
Yeah. I don't know whether the Sandersons embraced the AFL and we wouldn't embrace the NRL that well. So, look, no, we stayed away for that for the time being.
Yeah, we don't get in an argument with Shane over football. I know that much. That is for sure. The training centre.
Rugby. No, that's rugby. He calls it football. It's rugby. We have football.
It's football. This hat comes from New South Wales. It's football. The training centre, Shane, and they've got the new shed and the rest. It's really starting to change. Big shed inside the training centre track. You must be wrapped like how that training centre is progressing. One from a horseman's point of view, but also the club president here in Charlton.
Oh, most definitely. So we put the machinery shed that was most of our machinery was housed at the actual racetrack, but to be honest, we have to maintain our training tracks, so we put it in the middle of our training track, which means there's access because we look after it ourselves. The trainers look after the training track, which makes easy access. The water trucks, the conditioner, so forth. So and the tractor there with the slasher, which allows them to keep the training centre in good nick. So we put that in, and with Shane getting the new training facility, that allowed Ash to come across. Once again, we probably finished that centre about 3 days before Ash turned up, so the Sandersons moved down. I think Ash moved him out, helped move him out just so he could move in. I reckon that's what happened. So it's always been a tight timeline because we've been trying to do a lot in a pretty short timeline when it's all said and done.
Yeah, but you're doing a good job and great for the community here as well. And that's the one thing interviews. I remember doing one with Naomi last year, and she said to me she hates going to get the paper sometimes because it can take half an hour to do a 5-minute job. But Ash said the same thing. The community buy-in from Charlton here, the way they all embrace it, not just the harness people. Like, I think that's pretty important for a small community. Charlton's not a small town as such, but it's not a big town either. Like, so it's pretty important, isn't it?
Oh, very much so. And we talked about it earlier, on the other interview, but we had the tipping comp, and it sort of made people aware of Trot's vision, the racing, and their understanding of it a bit more. It's surprising the amount of people who come to me and say, watched so-and-so the other day, they went well, or they check the results every day. Like there's people who wouldn't have even known Trots were on, say 5, 8, 10 years ago, are checking the results each day because they know where to go now and, on the HRV site and so forth. So those sort of things, it's basic stuff, but it actually, the interest level's, quite good.
It is one of those things, and we didn't have this in the other interview. It's surprising what works sometimes. Like, I find that myself as well, and I'm sure you guys are aware. We're actually in the shed where yourself and Andrea started with the iPhone, with dodgy reception to say the least, and absolutely no organisation. But the way your Facebook page has grown and embraced the tipping contest through COVID, you guys, I don't know if you're a social media, no, you're not, but I mean, you must be wrapped with how it has grown and the engagement people get from all over the countryside with it.
Yeah, surprisingly, we thought we were pretty organised too. So when you're saying it wasn't organised, no, look,
there's no way none of you thought that was organised.
No, we thought we'd just wing it and see how it went. Look, in any, particularly this caper, you've got to get the fun out of it anyway. It's got to get the fun out. If we were doing it for the dollars, look, there's many other things we could do to get a quid. There's no doubt in that. But it's great fun if you can see the fun side of it. And the more people that get involved, obviously that increases the fun. And if they get a bit of an understanding of it, that's great. And it's Andrea tells me there's so many looked at it. Yeah, she says about the likes. I often wonder how many dislikes are there, but it doesn't matter.
They can give you an angry face. Don't worry, I'll get them every now and then.
Righto, I'm sure we're getting a few too.
We'll get some today, just because they want to. Training centre is going terrific. Your track, the progression in the last 3 years down there was nothing. The track was always great, but your amenities and what you got now, back to harness racing, embracing communities, which I think is where a lot of people get our industry wrong. We need to embrace it. Dual purpose, great amenities, and keeps growing and keeps changing. You must be wrapped in that as well.
Yeah, that's a very much community driven though. So that building that's there, the 2020 complex, they were 13 years getting that together. The community put in 1.3 or 1.35, I think it was, into the building, and then the 7 clubs on the reserve there took out another 150 grand loan because we were struggling to finish it off, and we wanted it finished, the landscaping and so forth around. And our local contractors here done a wonderful job. Like, I think we did the landscaping for, let's say, 80,000. I remember we had a bit of a look, and if we'd done that on a full commercial rate, it would have been 250,000 in a canner. So that's a lot of saving. That's community. They're putting that's big input. So that's been brilliant. And then of latter times, we've put, the new urinal, the 2 stabling over the covers over it, and the new parade ring has come up terrific. And it's now all hot mix asphalted in the car park. It looks terrific. It really, and it's a pretty unique setting over there because it's in the horseshoe bend of the river. It is a beautiful setting in general, but it's pretty bloody good. But that was very much community driven. The harness racing club being part of that, but it was definitely community driven. It's been a 2-way street. We're part of them, and they've been part of us.
That's actually what I mean, though, because you don't get community buy-in if you don't buy into the community. And so you said, there's 7 other clubs. Absolutely. It's great that harness racing is a part of it. I'm sure there's a lot of towns would like to be a part of something like that. So
most definitely. And we've all benefited because of that. All the clubs have benefited. I think harness racing, it definitely benefited, for the facilities. Like, you go over there on Monday, sunny day, but it's a pretty cool breeze. It faces, northeast. The breeze is coming from the south. It was absolutely gorgeous over there on Monday. And so all our older people in the community, which are probably the ones that can come on a work day, they're all there having a hell of a day. We'll put 5 years extra on all their lives by just being able to go out and, follow harness racing. What's that worth? A lot.
They're not going to call you the Messiah, are they?
No, I don't think they'll be calling me the Messiah, but we'd probably help the health system a lot.
Well, it is a good area to be. The gum trees down there, you're known here as Bushy Lodge, but I mean down there as well, the gum trees, it's a beautiful setting. Like even when it's really hot, and it can get really hot, we won't hide from that in Charlton, but the gum trees down there definitely make it such a nice, cool setting.
Oh, it's beautiful. And you pull up in the float car park under the River Red Gums, and it's down out of the breeze. It's a beautiful setting. It really is. It's majestic.
July 4 meeting just gone. I got one for Andrea Gorman too. We need a hot dog eating contest next year. A bloke ate 63 hot dogs in 10 minutes. So I think we need to have one of those maybe next year at the club. But you're embracing...
Got one bloke that might be all right.
You're embracing the...
trainer over there, Shane Sands. I reckon he can eat a bit. He's pretty good. He says he's got to go on those man shakes every so often. I reckon he can eat a hot dog.
Good shelf. But you're embracing that. The Omen bet of the day the other day. Yankee Lover winning the first. On July 4, it was the Omen bet of the day. I wonder how many people actually thought of that.
Yes, exactly. Actually, I had a bit of luck last year. I had CC in America the same day. Yeah, so you want to follow that next year on July 4th.
If you've got an American named Dawson, you haven't won for a while, take it to that meeting as well. Some big key clubs, key meetings coming up though for the club, and right through to your March with your cup. Yep. It's really starting to ramp up this time of year.
Yeah, no, we've got the bonus meeting next month in August. Then we've got our members' Christmas party at December 2 meeting, which is a Friday, which is brilliant for us. And we're hoping to get that later, as later finished as we can. Get as many as we can there. It is harvest time here, but we hoping for a shower of rain maybe the day before so they can all knock off and be there. But yeah, we'll plan on that. So last year we had a hell of a day at our Christmas club. It was actually at the Vale of Avoca, which is one of our sponsors, and I think we had 130, 150 turn up there, which is a good number, just for your club Christmas party. And then so we'll hope to do the same at a racetrack, and we'll have a bit of betting around it, and just have a day out. It'd be good.
Membership, going to throw you under the bus. I hope you know the answer to this, but I know it's not a lot. You meant to have turned that off. Surely we would have had this one. We would have had this interview finished half an hour ago.
Well, that's Andrew. That'd be something about, yeah.
But your membership...
You want to know anything about membership?
No, membership, how much does it actually it cost? Because it's not a lot.
No, it's $20 for 1 year or $50 for 3. And look, with that, we're generous. If you happen to die in those 3 years, we give you back the balance to your estate.
That's just as random as we're coming. I wasn't sure where that one was.
No, you want to be able to give it back. That's fairly important.
But that means that you're invited to these Christmas parties, and I know through seeing Kieran Isles last year on social media, and I'm great mates with Kieran, I can give a little bit of cheek. It's a lot of fun. Yeah,
I said in the other interview when we had a bit of a go before, that's why they've redone the lawn in the back yard there at the Vale of Avoca. He's having trouble getting stable on it. So they've definitely got a dead flat level. So if he comes back and stays there, it'll be right. He'll be able to walk out there next time.
And anyone wondering, that's not the drink. That's just Kieran the way he walks, isn't it?
Of course.
It is indeed. Your cup in March. I love the fact that you guys have basically give yourself a mood, if you like, or you've set the tone with the punters club. Was it 10, 12 punters? 10 people punt off. They have a big competition. It's great. We need the punt in the industry. We need turnover. So I think for mine, it's a bit of an ingenious idea.
Yeah, and we embrace the punt. As it's still legal. Having a beer is still legal. Having fun's still legal. So while it's still legal, we'll be embracing that. We won't shy away. We'll not say it's the only thing we are, but we definitely don't shy away from it. The punters love it. The punters that actually come up and participate love it. And... it helps our turnover. They have a good day out. It's great.
It's a full-on day. I am going to throw you under the bus because there's a bit of a ladies' do late morning, isn't there? Like after morning tea or something. I can't remember. Andrea will tell me off because I do know what it is, but I can't remember.
Yeah, it's the teal. So we have and Bubbles in the bush, and they get there about 11, and that goes then, and we have a little auction there, and we raised. I think Andrea said the other day we might have since she's been started. I think she's raised 25,000 at that for the teal, so which has been great, and that leads into the races, rather than just turn up and not much is happening. It's bouncing by midday, and then we go on from there.
Yeah, it is a lot of fun, and that's what I said. You cater for everyone. The kids are always catered for too, and it doesn't matter about the weather. But in March, Charlton weather is sensational. It is really, really good. Joey, Thank you. Anyone wants to get involved or ask about the training centre and the likes? I mean, at the minute you say you're full, but I would imagine the way you guys think, that doesn't mean no.
No, it doesn't mean no. And look, if they're interested, ring us. And we've got things in place. We have taken a little bit of the foot off the gas just for the minute. We've done a fair bit in a fairly quick time, but we're building the energy, and we'll go again, I think.
Well done, mate. Thank you. Thank you for the take two, too. I think the second one was better than the first, don't you?
I wouldn't rate either that well, but anyway, that's whatever you reckon.
Thank you very much, Joe Thompson.
Thank you.